Yo, what is going on YouTube? Listen, it's been a minute, but it's your boy AC, and you probably found this channel because you're interested in entrepreneurship, you're interested in funding, business credit, personal credit, all those good things. And if you're here for that, then you're in the right place. So let's get right into it. So today I want to talk about how we can increase our credit limits fast. Now, when I mean fast, I mean within the first 30, 60, 90 days, how we can go ahead and get higher credit limits. Therefore, we're able to use more capital of other people's money, aka the bank's money, to be able to help us scale and grow our business. So, here's the thing. First off, when you're applying for credit, you must understand that when you apply for new credit, lenders are actually looking at what limits are already reporting onto your credit report. So we need to be conscious of the amounts and the credit limits and the creditors that we're going to for credit initially, because this is going to be our foundation on how much credit limit other lenders are going to give us. For instance, if I have a $100 credit card, a $200 credit card, and a $300 credit card, more than likely there's not going to be too many lenders when they run your credit and see, okay, he's been managing $100 here, $200 there, $300 there. They're not going to say, okay, let me give him $25,000. No, what they're going to do is they're going to give you around the same amount that the previous lenders have already been giving you, because they can see that that's what you can manage. So they're going to take that same amount of risk. Now, is this a guarantee? Absolutely not. But a lot of times that's what underwriters are looking at and how they're judging what limits they're going to actually extend to us, right? So we want to be able to find lenders who are known for giving out high limits initially and go ahead and apply with them first so that we can get those initial high limits. Therefore, our credit profile now, instead of starting off with $100, $200, $1,000 credit limit, we're starting off with credit limits $5,000 and above. There are lenders that's out there that's like this. And if you go back through my page, you'll see some of the lenders and banks that I recommend personally because they give out higher credit limits. Now, the next thing is you want to be able to spend on that card, right? And you want to be able to show the lender that their limits can't hold you. Sorry, there's a mosquito near me. You want to be able to show that specific lender that you're borrowing from that their limits isn't enough for you. You need more from them. So how do you do this? You max out your credit card 2-3 times a month. Now, when I say max out your credit card, I know there's like a negative thinking behind maxing out your credit card, but there's nothing wrong with maxing out your credit card as long as you pay it back before this statement date, right? Before it actually reports onto your credit report that it's been maxed out, it's not going to negatively affect your credit score unless you have that maxed out balance after the reporting date, which comes after the due date, right? So you want to make sure that you can do this and you can afford to do this. You don't want to just be maxing out your credit card and letting that limit sit, because then they'll actually consider to decrease your limits when they see that you're not paying down your debt. So if you can, or if it's a small limit, right? Say you got a limit of $1,000 and your monthly living expenses is $2,500. How about we, instead of taking that $2,500 out of our pocket, how about we spend that $2,500 all on that credit card, $1,000 at a time, obviously, because you're going to max out and you're going to reach your limit and they're not going to extend you any more credit. But hey, I put $1,000 on it. Now I pay that $1,000 down. I put another $1,000 on it. Hey, I go ahead and pay that $1,000 down all in 1 month. Then you have leverage. You can actually call that lender. You can call that bank and say, hey, I'm using your credit card right now. The limits can't hold me. I'm maxing out 3 times out the month. What can we do about this? Can I get a credit limit increase? And when they see that, when they see the history of you actually using their product, spending it, paying it back multiple times out the month, they're gonna be more willing to extend you even more credit. Now, if your living expenses isn't above your credit limits, meaning you have higher limits, so you can never max it out with just your living expenses or your expenses that you have, right? What you can do is something called manufacturer spending. Manufacturer spending, we'll have to do a whole nother video. Excuse me, we'll have to do a whole nother video on this. But manufacturer spending is when you liquidate your credit card, meaning you pull all of the cash off of your credit card by a spend, right? But you're able to, instead of spending the money on, buying something or a product, you're actually going to do something where you're going to get that money back. So for example, the big one that's out there and the one that's most known and in a lot of places already been dried up is the gift card play. So you're able to purchase gift cards with your credit card, turn those gift cards, right? Take those gift cards and then go buy money orders. So yeah, you might lose $7 in transaction fees, $5 to $6 to be able to set the gift card up, and then another $1 or so to be able to buy a money order. So you lose $7 in the transaction. But say you needed $1,000 cash, right? You could swipe your credit card for $1,000 worth of gift cards. You lose $7 on that transaction. You get you a money order for $1,000. Now you have, $1,000 in your actual bank account, because then what you do after, sorry, I didn't finish the part. What you do after you get the money order is you deposit it right into your bank account, right? Now, do a little bit more research, because that is the shorter version. There's some things you want to look out for. There's some things you want to be aware of. Like I said, this isn't a manufacturer spend video, so we're not going to go there, right? But you could manufacturer spend to be able to hit that credit limit 3 times out the month. Say your credit limit is $10,000. Say you manufacturer spend for $30,000 every month. That means you can actually pay off your credit card, your $10,000 credit card, 3 times in 1 month and say, hey, this credit limit isn't holding me. I'm spending about $30,000 on this credit card. What can we do about it? And more than likely, when they see that you're a good spender, right, and your credit profile is still intact and you're paying your bill on time, guess what? The credit card companies, they want you to use this debt. Credit cards are literally the worst credit product out there for the consumer because of how high the interests are, right? That is the reason why they want you to have these credit cards. That's the reason why it's so easy to go get a credit card right now, because the banks know this is easy money for them. They're going to get you on the interest. But what do? We pay it off every month on time, if possible. Sometimes we have to drag it out. I understand that. We're all in business and we're all leveraging. But at the end of the day, we need to make sure that we're financially responsible and that we're leveraging the credit in the right way. So that's a way that you go ahead and get higher credit limits easily from any lender by just utilizing your credit card. Also, one more quick tip. If you haven't already, it's been 30 days, 60 days, or even 90 days since you had a credit limit increase, you can go ahead and just ask them straight up for a credit limit increase. A lot of these lenders and a lot of these banks now, you can do it right from your app, right from the app on your phone, where you can ask them. Capital One, you can literally ask them every day. I never get the increase because Capital One is just shicey like that. I don't really like Capital One when it comes to credit limit increases, but Navy Federal Credit Union, every 91 days, I go ahead and ask them for a credit limit increase. So continuously ask your current cards for credit limit increases. After 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, each lender, each bank has different rules for when you can actually ask. And you also want to get understanding if they give you that credit limit increase without doing an additional hard pull. So like with Fifth Third, they actually will run your credit again if you want a credit limit increase. So with them, I don't ask them. But Navy Federal, there was no credit limit increase. American Express, there was no credit inquiry. Sorry. So just get an idea before you start asking for credit limit increases if they're going to pull your credit or not. Yo, this is AC. Make sure you guys subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure you guys join the free Facebook group where we're giving out information on the daily, right, about these funding plays, and you're able to meet with the whole community. Yo, and if you need your credit fixed, go ahead, look at the link in the bio, click a free credit consultation. Whether or not you sign up with me, that doesn't matter, but just go through the free consultation so that you can actually know the steps that you need to take to get going in the right direction. Yo, this is AC. I appreciate the time. Peace.